Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sidetrack here, standing around in my fancy light room, as you can see, in my awesome new armor. Yes. So, uh, last episode we played around. We've got this pretty much fully automated. One thing that I did notice, however, is that I was kind of stupid when I made this. Yes, me being stupid. Surprise. These filter pipes, I always, I'm so used to using thermal expansion's item ducts that I forgot that I don't actually filter this at the source. I really should have filtered it up here. Because what happens with extra utilities is that from this transfer node, it kind of starts looking down the line, and when it gets to an intersection, it will randomly go one way or the other way, unless something tells it to do otherwise. So what it's been doing is it will randomly go down, and it'll check out down here. Oh, I gotta get rid of those exploding things. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Getting on my nerves. Um, and so it'll randomly pick a direction. And so sometimes it goes down this way, when in reality it needs to be ending up dumping it into this smeltery. So what I should have done is go ahead and grab this item filter, and I should have put it up here, because now when it gets to this junction, it will say, hey, these three things need to go down. And they'll end up going down and going and landing in there. Everything else should go along this way. And in theory, we should be able to do the same thing here. I don't think I'm going to have to whoops. I don't think I'm gonna have to put an item filter on the other side. I think this should work. I suppose we'll find out if I'm wrong next time we throw ores in here. And actually in this case, I don't even need to filter this at all. Well, you know what, just for good measure we may as well. The only thing we want going down is lead, gold, and copper. So hopefully this will make this a little bit more efficient and a little bit quicker. I will have to go grab some ores. Actually, why don't I go do that now, and we'll test it out. Back in a few. Alright, so we're back. Grabbed a little bit of gold, a little bit of copper, a little bit of tin, and I think I had some aluminum in there as well. So it is searching for a home for the gold. Hopefully this works a little bit better. It's going to still have to search and deposit every single gold ore, but at some point we could always upgrade this if I really wanted to go a little bit faster. I don't particularly. At least not right now. However, it did. Oh, look, it's already found a home for 2 of our gold ore, so it's certainly working much faster than it was before. It's not trying to go down here. If we had an eye of ender or some blaze powder, we could make a portable scanner that would allow us to actually see where in the network it was scanning. It gives you a little kind of red sparkly visual. But right now it looks like all this gold ore is making it down here fairly quickly. Up, and look, there goes the aluminum into here. So cool, that looks like it's working a little bit better. So the next thing I wanted to do, after we kind of cleaned that up, is show you something that I made kind of in between. Actually, I think I made it in, I think it was part of the last video, but I ended up cutting it out. It is a survivalist generator. The survivalist generator is great. It's really easy to make. It just requires some copper, a little bit of iron, cobblestone, furnace, some more cobblestone, piston, so a little bit of iron, a little bit of redstone, and it makes you a really great generator. It actually generates redstone flux, which is what is used by our alloy smeltery and anything thermal expansion. It makes a very small amount of power, so it only makes 5 redstone flux a tick, which is a paltry amount. However, it's incredibly fuel efficient, and it can store 500,000 redstone flux, so that's great. We are not going to use our alloy smeltery all that much yet, although I'm sure in the future we're going to have to upgrade this. So it's just a nice, easy beginning generator. One thing I do want to make though is because right now we don't really have much of a way to transfer power. At least the current version, before I say anything, I should check. Right. There are no, the old energy conduits from thermal expansion are no longer with us. So we're going to actually use the energy conduits from Ender.io. And to use those, we are going to have to make this conductive iron, which is made in an alloy smeltery. So that works out well. So now that I've got some power to our alloy smeltery, we are not going to use these quite yet, but I figure I'll go ahead and throw a couple of them in here. I think I might need to switch to alloy mode. So right now we're in furnace mode. Well, no, it is in alloy mode. So it says alloys only. But there are some other modes that we will get into later. I guess I had to switch this for the quartz anyway. So it will slowly work. It's not the quickest of things. We can speed this up, and we probably will later, by adding capacitors, which increase the energy storage and the speed. But we're making some conductive iron. Now I'm going to need, I don't know how many of these I should make. We'll make a couple of them. Actually, just go ahead and throw all the iron and all the redstone in there, and that way we'll have them for when we need them later. Okay, so on to what I really want to get done. I would like to make it to the Nether at some point in the near future. And for the Nether, you need obsidian. And I could, I've got a diamond somewhere around here. Got 3, so I could make myself a diamond pickaxe. I could also use the Tinker's Construct and upgrade my pickaxe into a diamond tipped iron pickaxe. Or what I'm thinking, since I've got all this lava, just go ahead and bypass that whole diamond bit altogether and make us an igneous extruder from thermal expansion. Now the igneous extruder mixes hot and cold fluids, so we could actually pump in the lava and pump in water and get out obsidian. And we've got everything we need for this. We're going to need to make ourselves a machine frame, which is going to require some tin, some iron, and some glass. And then we're going to need to make ourselves some copper gears, some pneumatic servos, and a piston. Let's see. So let's gather some material. I've got plenty of cobble. I've got some redstone. I will need some glass. Do I have any regular glass? I do. Go ahead and pick up this redstone. That shouldn't be in this box anyway. And what else was I going to need? I need some copper. Go ahead and grab a stack. We need some more iron. And was that it? That requires glass and iron. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, I'm gonna need some tin. Tin would be good to have. Where is my tin? That's silver, aluminum, aluminum. Well, I know I've got some tin in here somewhere. Oh, it's right up there. 8. Okay. So, first things first. We need tin gear. Do we need 1 or 2? What? Oh, there we go. I think we need just 1. 1 tin gear. Well, go ahead and make 2. I'm sure I'll need 1 at some point. We're going to need some copper gears. 2 copper gears. Actually, while we're doing this, we got to look up an aqueous accumulator as well. Aqueous accumulators, we need 2 more copper gears. Okay. 2 more copper gears. Aqueous accumulator is going to need a pneumatic servo, another machine frame. Oh, good thing we made that extra. Okay, cool. So, well, go ahead and make the one thing at a time. Let's just do this. Thermal expansion. And now I've got to find... Oh, heck. Don't want to find it. Igneous extruder. Alright. So my name is not sidetracked for nothing. What am I missing? Missing some wood. Wood. Grab the wood. Click. Let's go ahead and make a couple extra. You never know when you might need a piston. Alright, piston. 2 basic machine frames. Got the copper gears, need a pneumatic servo. 2 of these. Throw them over here. And I think we can make it. Nope, gotta have the pneumatic servo over here. There we go, igneous extruder. Very cool. Okay, now, aqueous accumulator. Think we've got everything we need? We do. Very, very good. Okay. And then the only other thing we're going to need to make is, well, actually, yeah. We need some more. I mean, I'm glad I made some extra composite binder. And do I need... I think this is a recipe. Not 100% familiar with... There we go. Some more fluid conduits. Alright, so we're going to need to find a good place for this to sit. Let's stick it right about here. So igneous extruder is going to sit here. It is going to need lava, and it is going to need water. So we've got our conduits. Am I going to have to make a couple more? I might. Let's run them over this way. Dun dun dun. We'll run it into the side. Get some lava running through here. And we may have to turn my pump back on. Yeah, we probably will. Okay, so lava in on whoop that side. Nope, nope, we won't have to turn it on. Great. Ooh, who's that out there? It's a skeleton on a horse. That's just creepy. I'm staying inside. And we are going to have to put our igneous or our aqueous accumulator. Let's go make it daytime, so hopefully those bad guys will disappear. Because we're gonna have to venture out to the water. Although I do have armor on, I can go take him. I can totally take him. I think we should go for it. I have no idea what kind of what mod he's from. But charge! He's gonna totally kill me, isn't he? Oh my goodness. He's speedy. A zombie horse! Oh, and then you get to fight the knight. That's hilariously awesome. That's great. So we had to fight the horse and then the knight. That's great. Well, he didn't do too much damage, although I am in full invar armor, so I suppose I wasn't that in danger. That's pretty cool, though. I wonder what mod he was from. That one's need to pay attention next time. Didn't see it. Okay, so down below here, we are going to put our aqueous accumulator. And actually, you know, I should make a tank. I should make a tank to sit next to this so I can pull water out whenever I want. But for now, the aqueous accumulator works fairly simply. You know, we don't need to have it that far down. We can just stick it right here. So the aqueous accumulator will... Oh, it's got a sound effect now. Whoops, that's pretty cool sounding. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's new. It will slowly, very slowly, fill with water if you leave it to its own devices. However, it works much, much quicker if... what don't I need? Too much junk in my inventory. Don't need the dirt. It will work much faster if it has a supply of water. So let me dump some of this stuff off in various chests. Actually, let me do that and I'll grab some water and be right back. Alright, so like I was saying, you take water, put it on that side, and then water, put it on the other side. It actually can be on any two sides. And I think it actually works below it as well. Although don't quote me on that one. And then what ends up happening is it fills up with water very quickly. So we are going to, let's do it this way. Let's pump water under and up. Then here we go. Oop, we do not want We do not want cobblestone. We want some obsidian. And we're going to actually set this to high power so that it will not work unless we give it a signal, because we don't want to drain all of our lava away. Well, now I've got this horrible looking hole here. Oh well. We'll cover it up later. But for now... Ooh, actually, I know what I was going to cover it up with. Well, at least it'll sort of cover it up. I think we have an extra... Not in there. In here? Cool. We do have an extra portable tank. I don't remember when I made it, but I saw it earlier today. So, portable tank filled up. Now I can just scoop out water whenever I feel like it. And that works out pretty well. And this is going to be an infinite supply of water, so it will, fill itself up quite quickly. And we can use water for whatever we might need. Who knows what that might be. Alright, so we need a lever so we can apply a redstone signal to this when we want it to work. So we'll flick it, and we can turn it on and watch our obsidian be made, so we can head on out to the Nether and get some cool stuff there, and upgrade our pickaxe and upgrade our sword, because there are some great things in the Nether. We can also get access to Nether quartz, which is always a good thing. So pretty spiffy. Pretty spiffy. Alright, well, I'm going to let that sit, and when it's done, we'll come back and find where we're going to put our ender portal. Alright, so I grabbed my obsidian, got 10 blocks, grabbed my cobblestone. One thing we are going to need, almost forgot about it too, is a lighter, flint and steel. Excellent. Okay, whoop, just threw it on the ground. We're also going to need all of our obsidian. That might be good. Alright, so I probably should repair my sword before I go. Should probably definitely repair my pickaxe before I go. But I'm going to go ahead and build this first, just so I can get there and see what we're dealing with. Let's build it right here. Well, maybe not there. Let's stick it over here. Yeah, here's a good place. I don't really want to put it in, near my base, because there are always really some kind of obnoxious sounds that come out of it. Yeah, this should be far enough away. I don't know. We need to build there, 1, 2, here. Okay. So, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Presto! Yay! Just what we always wanted. Our very own Nether portal. And now, if anything weird comes out of it, it's all the way down here, and it's not gonna annoy me in my base. Okay, so now time to go to the Nether and die, right? Hopefully not, but we'll see. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, yummy flesh. Just what I always wanted. Alright, well, I don't see anybody around us. I don't hear anybody around us. So let's do this quickly before the ghasts all spawn and rain fire and death down upon my head. So this flesh biome is added from not extra utilities. What's it called? Biomes of Plenty. That's what I was looking for. And it's full of all kinds of juicy flesh that's kind of nasty. Whoa, spider, or what? Spider, wasp. That is also added from Biomes of Plenty. And that's kind of annoying. Where? There must be a wasp's, like a bee's nest nearby, or a wasp nest, or whatever they call it. Because that's usually the only place those things spawn. Can I reach? Alright, so I'm going to finish making this, and I'll be back. Alright, here we are. So, I cleared out the flesh on the floor, and for two reasons. One, it's kind of gross walking around on flesh, and two, it actually does have some uses. We're not going to be turning it into raw flesh, because I've got plenty of that, but if you craft it into flesh, you can then craft it back into raw meat ingots, apparently. I'm not quite sure if that works, so I kind of want to try it. So, craft it into flesh, and raw meat ingots. Wow, that actually does work. And the raw meat ingots you can actually smelt, and then I think you can eat them. So we'll have to try that out. We'll find out, I suppose. All right, so let's go venture. Now, if you're not aware, the trick to the Nether is not to anger the pigmen. And we're going to have to be careful around here because it looks like we're over quite a nasty fall. So let's go ahead and fix this before we venture anywhere and I fall down a hole. Okay. Now at least I won't fall down a hole. At least not much of a hole. Okay. Mushrooms. Alright, so we are looking for a couple of things. We are looking for nether quartz. But more importantly, dense nether quartz. Excellent. More importantly, we're looking for 2 ores from Tinker's Construct. We are looking for cobalt, which is kind of a blue color. And you know what? I just realized I can't actually mine it. Wow, I'm an idiot. We have to make ourselves ardite, which then we'll promptly replace. I was actually trying to avoid making ardite because I didn't really want to just make something to immediately replace it, but it looks like I'm actually going to have to. Oh, there's some cobalt. So it's currently not harvestable, and I should have thought of that, but it didn't, so. But at least it's there. So we got some nether quartz, so that's kind of cool. So we've been to the nether, got some nether quartz, and now let's go back and make some ardite. Okay, back home. So we need to mix up a couple of things. We are going to melt down our obsidian. We're going to mix it up with some iron. I think I can never remember how much obsidian melts into. Melts into 288. Okay. So that should be about right. Because each iron is 144. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to need obsidian, iron, and then we're going to need some aluminum. And so we'll throw the aluminum in there. We'll wait for this to melt down. I suppose I got to disable this signal. And in fact, I was actually so flustered by the fact that, I was all excited. I was like, yes, we're going to get to bypass alumite. I actually started getting so excited that we ran off to the nether, and yeah. So anyway, making alumite, we're going to melt this down, and I'll be back once it's done. Alright, here we are. We've got 3 molten alumite. So we need to go ahead. Did I pick that up? Yes, I did. Come over here. Grab our pickaxe head. This is going to be the shortest lived pickaxe in the history of pickaxes. That's going to get sucked out immediately, and nope, yep, not going to have a chance to grab it. Actually, did it? Where did it? I don't know what happened there. I have a feeling that, yeah, okay, that's what happened. This had the texture of the pickaxe for a second there. All right, cool. What do we want to do now? How do we want to make the rest of this? Do I have my book up here? Is it downstairs hiding away? I think it's away. Okay. Well, since we have alumite, I'm not sure. I might make myself a shovel and an axe out of alumite. And then melt down some more iron for the rest of it. Because I don't particularly want to make any more alumite. I make myself the right... Hold on. What did I just make myself? So I've got pickaxe. Did I make myself the axe head, or did I make myself the shovel? I guess we'll find out in a second. Okay, I made myself the shovel. So I don't want to make another shovel. These plates constantly rearranging themselves in my inventory gets me all kinds of confused. Okay, so let's throw some iron. Only need one in here. I wonder if we can make ourselves one more obsidian, so I can make an obsidian binding, because that's got the reinforced level of 3, which is quite nice. Throw that, ooh, not in there. Over here. Over here. Over here. Pull out this piece of obsidian. Cut myself an obsidian binding, and I'm going to use 1 for this pickaxe and 1 for the next thing that I want to make. Let's grab myself a tool rod cast. Drop it in there. And I'll go ahead and let this melt and meet you back once it's all together. Alright, so our pickaxe. Whoops, don't want that. It's got reinforced 3, not that that's going to matter because we're going to use it for all of 2 seconds. And we'll go head on back to the Nether, make it some more alumite so I can repair my axe and my shovel when I go ahead and make them in about 2 seconds. So I'll meet you guys back in the Nether, and we will find some ardite and some cobalt. Alright, here we are in the Nether. So let's go ahead and get that cobalt. Where was it? There it is. Excellent. Ooh. So one thing you definitely have to worry about is that guy right there. That's a nitro creeper. And they blow up insanely fast. Like faster than you can even react, really. So if one of them blows up on you, you're going to be, it's bad. You have to definitely be aware of where they are at all times. And he does not see me, so we are good for now. So looking for some different metals. I'll go ahead and grab this quartz while I'm here. But we're really looking for more cobalt that I grabbed, and then ardite, which is a little bit harder to spot. It's kind of an orangey color. And hopefully I don't run past some, because then you guys will all see it and then just make fun of me. Ooh, there's some more cobalt. Alright, let's see, nothing over here. So I'm going to dig around and see what I can find. The next thing, ooh, we do want to get some of that glowstone. There's some fun trees added by Natura that you could chop down, although I didn't bring my axe with me. There are some clouds that are also added by Natura. Sulfur clouds. Here, sulfur clouds. They're kind of cool. You can, break them down. No, maybe you can't break these down. Yes, you can. You can break them down into sulfur. Or you can just use them to decorate and fluff. They'll catch you when you fall. They won't, basically, if you land on them, you won't take any fall damage. So sometimes that can be useful in planning some things. So let me go ahead and grab this glowstone, and I will look for some ardite and cut back in when I find some. Back in a few. Oh, and that there in the distance is where that wasp came from. So those hives contain wasps and honeycomb. I'm going to stay away from them for now, because you can get a big swarm of wasps that'll follow you all over the place. It's kind of annoying. Oh, and then standing right next to me, didn't even notice it until I turned the video off, is a large bone segment. Now these are great because you can break them down into bone meal, which is quite useful. So I'm going to harvest this and then head on to look for more stuff. Oh yeah, here's one of those little creepers. Look how quick he blows up. Yeah, you don't want to be near him when he blows up, especially if you're standing over a lava lake. Alright, still back to finding more ardite. Whew, I definitely should have repaired my my sword. As you can tell, it's totally broken. I actually had to switch to my pickaxe to kill some things that were fighting me. And I'm not quite sure where I got teleported to. An ender creeper snuck up on me while I was getting totally anally, you know what, by by a whole bunch of these heat scar spiders, is I think what they're called. I don't really remember. I don't pay attention when I'm trying to kill them. But you know, you basically get a big spider that turns into a bunch of little spiders when you die. But on the good side, I found some ardite. Very cool. Um, so I need to find my way back home. I'm not entirely sure where I am, uh, and my minimap is not very helpful at the moment. Um, hmm. There's got to be a setting for this. Show mobs, show animals. No, that doesn't help me. Well, at least the minimap works. The big map doesn't. I couldn't have been teleported that far. So there's... Oh, wait, there's that bone fragment that I was breaking apart. Okay, so I know where I am now. Alright, so I'm going to head back home to fix my sword before I get jumped by any more monsters. And, oh, there we go. Okay, feeling better. A little scared for a second there. I had a bat flying at me. I tried to turn on my recording, but it was all I could do to keep myself from dying. And these fire bats are nasty. Because if they hit you right, they can catch you on fire, and fire in the Nether is never a good thing. So heading back, you can see I got some cobalt, got 5 cobalt, I think only 1 ardite, but I think what we're gonna do is use that to make ourselves a new sword. So meet you back in a second. Okay, so we are going to melt down this molten ardite and melt down this molten cobalt, and we're going to turn it into molten menhiolium. Now, this is probably, so far as I know, one of the best ways to make one of the best swords in the game. At least at our tech level and with my limited knowledge. So somebody might inform me that there are better things, and a lot of that is also, you know, personal opinion. But I really like the Tinker's Construct swords, and I really like what you can make with the menhiolium. So we will let this melt, and while it melts, I'm going to watch the pretty sunrise. Wow, I'm distracted. No, while it melts, I'm going to go ahead and get some things set up to make a couple of different tools, and I might actually go ahead and throw those together because I don't think, you know, I feel that watching too much Tinker's Construct might be a little boring, so but I'll explain what I'm doing. I'll be back in a few. Alright, so there are a couple of items that I want to make, at least in the future, and have the ability to make. In order to do that, we have to upgrade our tool station, and we're going to upgrade it into a tool forge. All you got to do is take some blocks of metal. You can use any of the vanilla metals and any, most of the metals that you can, that are added in Tinker's Construct. So we're going to use copper blocks, and it'll make us a tool forge with kind of these copper colored legs. Pretty cool. Seared bricks on the top. And I'll go ahead and set this up and show you what we're going to use it for. Alright, so our tool forge, as you can see, it's all copper looking, pretty cool. We are going to use it to craft some of the advanced tools. I would like to make a hammer today, and that's going to need 2 reinforced plates, a hammerhead, and then a tough tool rod. Now, each of these 3 pieces on the top take 8 ingots each. And I'd really like to make a cobalt hammer because it'll mine the fastest, and I'll show you that in just a second. And so I need to go find a lot of cobalt, excuse me. So, you know, all of these things that you can make are in your Tinker's Construct books. So we want to make ourselves the hammer. It's going to mine in a 3x3 area, which is amazingly awesome, especially when you need to do some mining, which is what I want to do. It does some extra damage against undead, although I'm not going to really use it for that. It's got a really high durability, so that's great. We're going to have to make ourselves a lumber axe at some point. And we want to make them out of cobalt. Cobalt has the fastest mining speed of 14. It can mine all the blocks in the game, at least everything that I know about. And it's got reinforced level 2, which means it's going to not fall apart as much or as quickly as it might otherwise. We want to make, I think I'm going to probably do an Ardite handle because it's got a handle modifier of 2, which means it'll double the durability of the tool. And it also has the stone bound ability, which means it'll mine faster as the tool wears out, which is always pretty cool. The other thing that I want to make is a sword. I want to make myself a new longsword. And to do that, I'm going to use that Manyelium that we're making. If I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and make all of these really quickly because this episode's running longer than I'd like it to. And we'll meet you back here with everything made, and I'll show it off. See what you can think. Alright, here are the 2 pieces that I've made. I made a new pick. You can see it's stone bound, reinforced 3. I actually used obsidian for the tool binding. I used cobalt for the pickaxe head, and then I used ardite for the handle. That gives it the stone bound ability, a reinforced level of 3, and then durability of 1600, which is pretty cool. Mine's nice and quick. And the other thing I made was that hammer that I was talking about. I ran around the Nether for quite a long time to get some more ardite. Cobalt. This has reinforced 2 and stone bound. I probably could have used, I could have used obsidian to make one of these the heads, which would have given it a reinforced level of 3, but then it would have ticked the durability down by quite a bit. So I decided not to do that. So pretty happy with this. Showed off real quick. Whoop. Excellent. And now I'm gonna have to rebuild my floor. Come here, you. All right. And then the last thing, and this is what I've been most excited about, is I've been working on a Manyelium longsword. So we had that Manyelium melt down. We made the blade out of it. I also made the handle out of Manyelium because that gives it a 2.5 handle modifier, which gives us a effective durability of 3000, which is our durability of 3000. And then I made the handguard out of cactus, which gives it a jagged ability, which means that the more durability it takes, the more durability damage it takes, the more damage it actually does, which is pretty cool. Now I have suited this thing up or sharpened this with quartz, and I've actually used 128 quartz, which gives it an effective attack of 7.5 hearts, which is great. I'm actually putting on the last 2 blocks of quartz. You can either put these on as blocks or put them on as single quartz. Doing blocks is just a little bit faster. And now we've got to go find something to kill. And it's of course daytime, so not gonna have much luck. Let me come back at night, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Oh, but first, these I cooked up some of those, the raw beef ingots or whatever these are called. What were they? Raw meat ingots. Yummy. And I must say, nom 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 nom, they are delicious. Look at all that hunger it respawned. Wow, I cannot speak. It's, getting a little late. I've worked all day, and so sun is going down. I'll come back once it's done. Me and my full belly. I spy with my little eye something begins with a C. Die, creeper! Yay. So 2 hits for a creepy, not too shabby. You can kill them easily before they blow up. Alright. What else can we find? I don't really want to kill the little pigs because that's not much of a challenge. What we need to do is find a big... Oh, 1 hit. Oh, that worked out well. So when you're flying through the air, you get a bit of a charge bonus. And so you can really, really one-hit guys if you time it right. Although half the time I end up, they end up hitting me first, and yeah. Alright. So, who else can we kill? Ooh, is that? No, that's a spider. I really want to find some Endermen. I have the worst luck with Endermen all the time, and it'd be great to get some to kill them. Hello, creeper. They kind of hide in the grass. Alright, so, as you can see, this sword is awesome. And it really kind of makes these standard guys just absolute cake. I mean, it's not even funny anymore. So, This is pretty much it for the episode today. Ow. Stop it. And ooh, I haven't killed one of them before. Woo, lots of guys. Oh boy. All right, so before I drag this on any longer, hope you guys have a great day, and stay tuned for next episode where I think we're probably going to do something techie. It's been a little while, so I don't know. I'll figure something out. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and till next time, take it easy, folks.